Hello YouTube, this is your internet gamer dude, Sheriff Crazy here, and today we're going to be looking at a game that I'm very fond of, that I think was very overlooked. Have you ever played a game you thought was really good, and was just completely overlooked, or underrated, or not rated at all? Well, today I'm going to look at a game that I feel is that way. We're going to be taking a look at Rodea the Sky Soldier. I really do enjoy this game. I think it's incredibly unique and there's no other game like it. And it's very similar to some of my favorite games. And we'll look into that later. So it's important to remember that there's actually 3 versions of this game. There's a Wii, 3DS, and Wii U version. We'll be talking about that more. But in this video, we're going to be looking at the Wii U version very specifically. Alrighty, let's dive in. Rodea the Sky Soldier was released on April 2nd, 2015 in Japan, and November of 2015 in the US, EU, and Australia. 3 versions of the game exist for the 3DS, Wii U, and Wii respectively. The Wii version was developed by Probe, while the 3DS and Wii U versions were developed by Kadokawa. Rodea the Sky Soldier was produced by Yuji Naka, famous for his work on games like Nights into Dreams, the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and the upcoming Balan Wonderworld. Yuji Naka first alluded to Rodea the Sky Soldier in 2010, describing the game as a very original action-based game in the sky. According to interviews, the Wii version was completed in 2011, a stunning 4 years before its release. Kadokawa, the publisher, held off from immediately releasing the Wii version while creating the 3DS and the Wii U versions. Reviews for the Wii U and 3DS versions bombed. Many review sources cited difficult controls, poor camera, and dated graphics for their low scores, but praised the game's sense of flight. The Wii version didn't get many reviews because of its lack of availability for reviewers, but the reviews that do exist are quite positive, often referring to the Wii version as a superior game. Rodea the Sky Soldier has a very interesting history, full of development troubles, even though the game was developed a good 4 years before its release. I have some speculation on how things went down, but I'm going to save that for later in the video, so stay tuned. So for fun, let's ask Rodea what he thinks of the history of his own game. So Rodea, what do you think?
That's how it's done.
I don't think that's how it's done, but okay. Okay, so now that we've seen the history of Rodea the Sky Soldier, let's take a look at the actual story in this game. Alright, buckle up and let's ride. I am such a nerd. Okay. I ain't gonna use that. In Rodea the Sky Soldier, you play as Rodea, a robot with amnesia from the past who is repaired by a young girl named Ion. Despite suffering from amnesia, Rodea is drawn to fight against an invading army called the Naga. Along the way, Rodea's memory slowly returns, uncovering his past so he can save the future and his friends. Maybe not the best plot, but it is serviceable and gives a coherent and interesting story to the game. The plot and character development takes place during fully animated cutscenes, character portrait cutscenes, and some chatting during natural gameplay. These storytelling devices really help character growth and reinforce plot development. Overall, this game has a pretty interesting story. I glossed over quite a bit as to not spoil anything to those of you who haven't played this game. Yeah, no spoilers. Up next, we have my favorite part of the game, and that's the gameplay. I find this gameplay extremely unique and just so much fun. You'll see a lot of that in the upcoming clips. So before we start that, Rodea, what's your opinion on the gameplay?
Why should I help you?
Rodea, what the hell? You're not helping me, I'm helping you, okay? I'd love to see a sequel for this game. You want to be out of a job, alright? This guy. The main gameplay concept in Rodea the Sky Soldier is flight. Let's take a look at the controls and see how that's done in the game. Pointing the Wii remote at the screen, you can select a point in the distance, whether a solid object, enemy, or interactable. Swinging the Wii remote arcs Rodea's flight in the direction the remote was swung. This allows for avoidance of obstacles and positioning of Rodea. During flight, Rodea can do a Sonic-like homing attack or select other targets to fly to. While grounded, Rodea can walk with the D-pad, but you won't be doing much of that. The controls in this game are truly remarkable, a combination of Nights into Dreams Flight and a fusion of the homing attack from the Sonic Adventure series and other 3D Sonic games. Rodea the Sky Soldier captures an excellent balance of flight, 3D platforming, and combat like no other. In Rodea the Sky Soldier, you play through chapters. These chapters come complete with enemies, collectibles, power-ups, rankings, and sometimes boss battles. Enemies range in ability and design. A few examples include a flying fish with protruding spikes, a shielded orb that you must stun then arc a second attack around, a tank that you topple to defeat, and other unique enemies. Collectibles include medals hidden throughout the environment and in bonus rooms opened by the next collectible, Gravitons. These Gravitons are green orbs found by defeating enemies and interacting with objects like crates, crystals, and stars. Power-ups essential for defeating enemies can be found scattered throughout the chapter. These include a gun for damaging enemies, speed shoes for using speed panels to quickly zip through certain sections, a shield that prevents damage done to Rodea, a tail fin that grants better flight, more health, and a stronger attack. Then last but not least, you will occasionally find a DBZ looking scouter that allows you to select multiple targets to chain successive attacks. At the end of every chapter is a chapter results screen where you are given ranks for completion time and Gravitons earned. Medals collected are also displayed in the bottom right on the chapter results screen. And lastly, some chapters include bosses. These bosses can be a robot master-like foil similar to Rodea, or a huge Shadow of the Colossus-like behemoth, many of which have glowing weak points and cinematic sequences. The controls and gameplay for Rodea the Sky Soldier are truly amazing. I love this game. It is so fun to play on the Wii specifically. And we have been talking about the Wii version, exclusively through this entire video. But we do need to touch on the Wii U and 3DS versions of this game. Interestingly, the Wii version does come bundled with the Wii U version, so you're going to have to get it pretty much no matter what. So I'm briefly going to discuss the faults of the Wii U and 3DS version of Rodea the Sky Soldier, and then you can understand why I haven't really touched on it. So let's ask Rodea again. So Rodea, do you have anything to add to that without being a total jerk?
You're really annoying! Can't you be quiet for 1 second?
Whatever, just roll the clip. The 3DS and Wii U versions of this game are, in my opinion, a real disgrace. There are actually some minor upgrades, like a more robust map, level select, an RPG-like upgrade system, some unlockables, and a nice full HD upgrade for the Wii U version, despite losing some of its color vibrancy. The glaring problem the Wii U and 3DS versions have in comparison to the Wii version is the controls. For starters, the camera is hard to maneuver. The reticle moves it slowly, while the shoulder buttons jerk the camera 45 degrees left or right, compared to the Wii version, which simply has you aim the reticle to the edges of the screen to turn the camera. It's difficult to navigate 3D environments without a fluid, intuitive camera. The next major issue is how the flight mechanic was altered. First off, before you can fly, you must jump and enter a pre-flight mode before targeting an object to fly to. Rodea also has a time limit for how long he can fly. It's like Kadokawa thought, hey, this is too much fun to fly unbound, we need to stop that. These changes to control and flight turn what should be an experience of flight, adventure, exploration, and combat into a slog of frustration. Game developers and designers should experience these games to solidify and understand the importance of simple intuitive controls and camera that allow players to experience games effectively without frustrations. It's really unfortunate the way the Wii U and 3DS versions of Rodea the Sky Soldier turned out. But really, why did they turn out that way? Well, I have a conspiracy. Crazy conspiracy. Since Rodea is such a jerk, we'll ask Ion how she feels about the game. So Ion, how do you feel?
Another lecture? Sorry, can you wait just 1 second?
That's it, I've changed my mind. This game sucks. So here's my theory on how this went down. Kadokawa agreed to develop and localize Rodea the Sky Soldier for the West, but also wanted to port the game to the popular 3DS handheld. Yuji Naka agrees, and leaves Rodea the Sky Soldier in Kadokawa's hands. It's reported in interviews that Kadokawa had difficulties replicating the controls from the Wii version on the 3DS. Thus, Kadokawa reworked the controls and some mechanics, resulting in a perversion of original gameplay design and delays. During those delays, the Wii U released, and Kadokawa decided to port the 3DS version they had constructed to the Wii U, not wanting to release Rodea the Sky Soldier on the waning Nintendo Wii console. Hey, well that's the show, folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do love Rodea the Sky Soldier, despite everything I said before. And I highly suggest if you have the time, go ahead and pick up Rodea the Sky Soldier for the Wii and Wii U. It's pretty cheap, and it is a lot of fun to play. As always, you can find me on Twitter, Discord, and Twitch, and the links to those are in the description below. I want to say thank you so much to my friends and supporters, and especially those of you who sub to my Twitch channel. It really helps out. Just all the support is so great from you guys. I really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video so much. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.